never been this expensive to live.
I don't understand prices for anything.
The cost of living just get higher and higher.
I just saw a video of a woman who unalived herself because her mortgage payments went up by £600.
Is anyone else finding the cost of living in England absolutely astronomical?
And if it's not the homes that are getting you, then it's your utilities that are randomly just starting to double. And if it's not the utilities, then you can bet your grocery bill is probably going to do it to you. It's like climbing this uphill battle that you'll never win. Luckily, me and my husband were on the same page, so we're leaving California. But how do people do it here? Because you can't save money here. And unless you're some millionaire, you're living paycheck to paycheck no matter what you do. I lived here all my life, and it's sad that I have to leave because it's just impossible to make it here. And then we have our parents' generation telling us, oh, you just need to work harder. It's not the same. Our money now does not go as far as the money back then, no matter what they say. It's just genuinely a struggle and I don't get it.
She's making a lot of sense.
Almost twice the federal minimum wage, and I am still thousands of dollars below the poverty line. I am homeless. I live in my car. I cannot afford to rent an apartment. I can hardly afford to live in my car. Food is expensive. And it's tough times, you know? I work 40 hours a week. I am not in an entry-level position. I am in a skilled position. I make twice the federal minimum wage. And I am poor. And if that isn't the most late-stage capitalism thing, if you want to buy me,
I hope it gets better.
It's starting to feel like it's just about impossible to live in the United States. And, you know, I don't want to seem like a lazy bum when I seen this, but I truly feel like it's just about impossible. If you weren't raised and given a good first hand in life, or a support team who will make sure no matter what that you don't fail, or, you know, having people that you're able to fall back on, you're blessed. And if you are one of those people, I highly suggest you thank those people near you, because a lot of us aren't blessed like that. I'm a 23-year-old dad. I've got 2 kids. I've got about to be a 5-year-old in May, and I've got a newborn too. She's just a few weeks old, like 3 weeks. So my wife gets to stay at home and take care of the babies, and I'm out here trying to get it. I'm on my 3rd shift job now. I'm a security officer for Allied Universal. No, I don't represent the company in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This is just a job. I am not a part of this company. But, you know, and I work here from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. every single day, 8-hour shift. I get off of this 3rd shift job and I go directly into another job, which I just go around my city, finding side jobs. It might be a clean out one day and I go out there for another 5, 6, 7 hours. It might be landscaping another day. It might be painting one day. It could be, you know, it varies. I do what I can where I can. But therein, I go home and I have to stay up even longer to make sure that my lady is able to get her rest too, because, I mean, being a mom's a hard job. Yes, I'm working hard, but being a mom is a hard mental job as well in its own. So I have to stay up for a little bit in order to give her time to actually rest and get her sleep too, because she needs it. But I say that to say all this, you know, having people to fall back on. Let's say you're going down the road and, like my case, my heater core blows up. I don't have no one I can call to say, hey, can I borrow $400 so I can get my heater core replaced? Or, you know, you got $300-400 so I can get new tires on my vehicle. That is just something you have to figure out on your own. And if somebody with terrible credit, you can't just go get a loan for these things. The only loan you could get is a title loan. And in a lot of states, title loans are illegal for a reason. I'm stuck in this title loan, having to pay them back $4,300, but I have to pay $700 a month just to drive. That doesn't go toward my principal, on top of having to pay my rent and all the other bills just to survive. It's impossible. You know, I would never hurt or harm myself in any way, but sometimes I just wonder why. Why am I here? I mean, there's got to be a reason why, like, life is so hard for me. What if it's not meant for me? This shit drives a lot of people to anger, man, and I understand. I truly do. You know, people say maybe these next 4 years. No, this is literally impossible. There is nothing no president is able to do to save people from what we are having to go through. Housing at an all-time high. You know, you could go to another country And you can have the same homes here for a tenth of the price that we're paying per month. Food the same exact way. And I just feel like it's impossible. If I was a drug addict, if I was a piece of shit dad, I could have so much more help. But with me out here trying to do everything the right way, you know, and nothing's working, nothing's helping. Life absolutely sucks, right?
At the cost of my food shop, that's literally gonna last me a week. 1 week. There's 5 of us, right? Technically, there's 4.5 because I've had a gastric band and my 7-year-old can eat more than I can. But why? Why are we paying things like, I don't know, £5 for a packet of sanitary towels? They're not even reusable. In the name of Gemma Collins, nah, this ain't for me. Not for me.
Are people going to talk about how living in the UK is actually depressing? The UK is just not it anymore. Like, the UK was it, like, back in the day, hence why, like, our parents migrated. But, like, when I hear people saying they want to come to the UK, I'm like, what are you actually coming to the UK for? There's nothing in this country. Food is expensive, transport is expensive, everything, living is expensive, like, everything, housing is expensive. Like, why would you want to move to the UK? Like, I have a question for, like, foreigners. Why do you guys come to the UK? I just don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, every day I just, like, get on the train, go to work, come back home, eat, sleep, repeat. Like, I feel like a robot.
I'm so fucking tired of the UK. It's gotten to the point where I'm looking at moving out. So I think it's going to take fucking years for the UK to start doing better again. Because it's that fucked. The thing is, moving is not fucking easy. Thanks, Brexit. I need a visa, I need a job, I need to save a shit ton of money, and probably learn a new language. And unless you're wealthy, your quality of life is fucking shit. I cannot afford, as a nearly 30-year-old, to rent something other than a fucking room. I work full time, so I should at least be able to afford a 1-bed apartment. It's not that fucking much to ask for, it's a 1-bed apartment. I think as a country we're so desensitised to everything that we just take the bare fucking minimum. I don't claim to be in poverty and my life isn't terrible. There are so many people out there who can't even afford to put food on the fucking table. And it's not like it's an uncommon thing, this is quite common now. Just like, what the fuck?
What the actual hell is going on in the UK? I actually think it gets worse and worse every single day. We're literally getting taxed left, right and centre. It actually getting to the point where I feel like most people are just working to survive. Like, they're literally living paycheck to paycheck. They don't do anything else other than go to work because they literally can't afford it. Like, actually, what kind of life is that? Like, what are we all doing? I think a lot of people are opening their eyes to actually what's going on in the UK now. Like, they're actually realising that we've all been kind of brainwashed into believing that we go to school, get an education, get a good job, when in actual fact that just keeps us trapped. And the lifestyle isn't even good here. The weather is crap. Everybody is miserable. I am literally fed up of being here, getting to the point where I am thinking about going elsewhere. There actually isn't any such thing as work-life balance for most people. Now, let me know, has anyone left the UK? If you've left the UK, where have you gone? Where's better? I need some options. Anyway, rant over. Let me know what you think in the comments.
What the heck? I just come out of a card shop and it was $6.99 for a Christmas card, one Christmas card. Didn't even have a price on it, and I was just like, $6.99? And she was like, yeah, I don't know why they're $6.99. Oh, I will take that then. What? $6.99? Mad. It's a cosy life, darling.
Is anyone else finding the cost of living in England absolutely astronomical? Because, Jesus Christ, I've just come out of Tesco and I've just bought some bits and bobs, basically. I've just filled a bag. And with my club card, it still cost me 74 quid. I've bought salad for dinner, some baguettes, some prawns, conditioner. I did buy some hair dye because, you know, Jesus Christ. I can't think what else I've bought. Just general household bits and bobs. Some more mixer for the dogs. 74 quid. I don't know how people can afford to live much longer with the bills the way they're going up. It's absolutely astronomical. I mean, I earn good money. I do earn good money. But £74 for a bag of shopping is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Here we are. It's my Sunday afternoon thought for you.
This cost of living crisis is absolute bollocks. Working simply just to survive is bollocks. Working a 9 to 5 is bollocks. Going on one holiday a year and calling that a decent life is bollocks. 28 days holiday a year, 28 days annual leave a year is absolute bollocks. Your rent being half of your wage, it's absolute bollocks. Retiring at 70 if you make it that far, bollocks. Life ain't meant to feel like this, especially not at 25-year-old. I pray someone else feels the same as I do, because what the actual it's utter bollocks. It's all utter bollocks.
The thing that I did just want to address is that sometimes I get comments that say, oh, don't you work or don't you have a job, like suggesting that because I'm on a really tight budget that must mean that I'm not working, and that really isn't the case at all. And I think that it's just really important to have that conversation, because I know people I have friends who have children, and my friends, they're both of them working parents, full-time working parents, and really struggling to make ends meet because of the cost of living. Like, all of our bills have gone up, the water bills have gone up massively, council tax is huge, energy bills massive, but then even like the food shop, right? Like the yogurt that I used to buy in Lidl 3 months ago, it cost £1.25. Now it's £1.69 for the same thing. And all of the food prices have gone up. It's not just that. Like, I remember when I used to be able to buy an aubergine for 69p, and now they're like 99p. Like, everything. And you're thinking, oh, what is 30p? You know? Well, if it's 30p on 10 items, that's £3. Like, that's like £9 on your food shop more. And where's that coming from? You're not getting paid more, that's for sure. I'm not going to go off and be a finance bro, you know? It's not my vibe. But it does mean that I'm annoyed that Lidl put the price of yogurt up. But all jokes aside, the cost of living is massive, and people can work full-time, people can work incredibly hard in incredibly meaningful careers and find it difficult to survive, you know? And I don't really see things getting better. So, I mean, it's all a bit doom and gloom, but that's the reality of it, you know?
Bro, how is anyone affording to actually live in the UK? How are you managing financially? Council tax, insurance tax, income tax, capital gains tax, NHS tax. Bro, you just have a million taxes, and then they're gonna start charging tax on the tax you pay so you can later pay more tax. Bro, I can't fathom it. How are people surviving in the UK, let alone thriving, when you just got constant payments you gotta make? And bear in mind, that's excluding your standard like rent and your bills and your food and what you need for actual survival. It's like, bro, we're all paying this extortionate amount of money for what? For the services that are terrible. I can't even go see my GP within a 3-week period if I wanted to, and then this is our standard weather where it's just great. It's like, bro, thank God, I'm so blessed, I'm so grateful that I'm in a position financially where I can afford to maintain all these ridiculous payments that I gotta be making. But it's like, bro, for the average working class person, bro, I feel for you, because how are you surviving, bro? I'd genuinely be out here on the streets with the regular 9 to 5 income, like struggling to even eat if it was all of these expenses stacking up and I had a regular wage. I don't even know what I'm spending money on. But yeah, right now it's looking really appealing. Like, I really understand why people are just selling everything they have and moving to Asia, because it's just less stress. You're not getting threatened from HMRC and random institutions every other week for payments that you didn't know you had to make. It's like, bro, like, I'm actually sick and tired of it. Like, I'm one bill away from just getting rid of this apartment, selling my car, and just going to Asia, because, like, bro, I've had enough.
I just saw a video of a woman who unalived herself because her mortgage payments went up by £600. £600. That is the kind of pressure that people are being put under in this country. And that is why I have no desire to own any kind of property in this dirty, stinking UK. Once upon a time, I was saving for a mortgage in this country. I wanted to have a home here and be able to travel the world. So now I want to use that money to live in another country, because as far as I'm concerned, yes, the UK is my home because I was born here. But apart from that, this country is not for me. It's not for us. It's just really not for me anymore, because people are too focused on the wrong things in this country. But anyway, my heart goes out to that poor woman's family, and to anyone that may be watching this that is struggling, please know that's not the answer. There is help and support for you out there, so please speak to someone, please.
This is not right.
This is going to terrify you, There are more houses on the market right now than there have ever been in the last 10 years. House prices in real terms are down 17% since September 2022. Now, why is that scary? Why is that terrifying? It's because there is a narrative right now that says that house prices are too expensive, that they're unaffordable, that who can afford them? But if house prices are as low as they were since 2003 once you adjust for inflation, and if we've got more housing on the market than we've had in 10 years, it tells you that houses should be more affordable than ever. But if we still can't afford houses, what does that say about the value and the income that we're generating? The truth is, my friends, that house prices are not going up. Right? They've been flatlining for a long time. They've capped out because the average British worker can no longer afford them, even when they combine salaries with their spouse. What's really happening is that we are now post the new colonial era. For the last 75 years, we have benefited off the backs of people working for £1 a day in developing nations. And that's why we've now seen a 44% increase in salaries in Poland since 2017. The Vietnamese have seen a 66% increase in salaries over the last 10 years. Yet the British workers have only seen 0.1% growth since 2017 in the average salary. So if all of our contemporaries in developing nations, their salaries are increasing 100 times the rate as yours, guess what? The cost of everything they produce goes up. And so those clothes that you buy, the food that you buy, everything that we source from abroad, those workers who used to produce it for us for £1 a day, $1 a day, they don't want to do that anymore. So the cost gets passed on to you. This is the effect of being in a weakening UK economy relative to everybody else. That is why everything feels so expensive. That is why everyone thinks that house prices are going up, but really what is happening is that your salary and income is being devalued and house prices are staying pretty stagnant.
What in the cost of living crisis, broken Britain, bar humbug Christmas is this bullshit? Now, I've done a few of these videos. This one might be the best so far. People complaining they've not got any money. Well, I tell you what, if you're buying this, you've got fucking more money than sense. Even if you have got something like an IQ of 160. So I went a bit of Christmas shopping today, went into a new Marks and Spencer's that's opened up not far away from where I am. Beautiful, it's absolutely enormous. Went to the food court. As I'm just walking along, I turn to the right and I see a fridge. And in the fridge are some pies. Yes, pies. Pastry, meat, veg. You will not believe the fucking price of these pies. Admittedly, one of them was a steak pie, a Wagyu steak, whatever that is. Looks like there's more fat than meat in it to me. And one of them was a chicken pie. Let me show you the price, but before I do, you've got to comment right now how much you think they were. Now, these were big pies that feed a family of, I don't know, 5 or 6 people. But it was a pie, nonetheless. So in the comments, before I show you the little video I've made, tell me how much you think they were. Marks and Spencer's, top of the range, mind you. What do you think? And if you've got this far, make sure you follow me, because I love finding broken Britain bullshit videos.
How is a flight from LAX to New York the same price as a coffee table, which is the same price as therapy without health insurance? How does that make any sense at all?
Every time I think about or trying to move out my parents' house, the cost of living just gets higher and higher. Insurance goes up, gas goes up, not to mention the fact that you gotta make 3 times the rent of wherever you live at, which is kind of insane because the average person my age ain't even making what I'm making. Not to mention the fact that I check my pay stubs all the time. I'm not making as nearly as what I would make if they ain't take all them fucking taxes out of my checks every 2 weeks. And I just been sitting there thinking like, cause for me personally, when I moved out, I always wanted to move out by myself with a significant other. And now I'm starting to realize when people move out, they get roommates. Or they move in college apartments with other people that they don't even fucking know of because the cost of living is too fucking high. How can I get a house these days? How can I get a house, bro? The average house is like 300 bands, you know like the average like monthly cost of it is like $2,500 a month. Like that's crazy. Like, and me personally, I never agreed with having to have more than one source of income. In my opinion, you having more than one source of income should be a choice. It shouldn't be. I shouldn't need two sources of income to fucking survive. I'm 23, bruh. God damn. I am fucking 23. And I'm already like having a bit like crisis here. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to move out my parents' crib, but I ain't trying to just take the fucking chance. Like, I'm sitting here making more money than I ever made ever in my life. In a year span. And it's still not enough for me to fucking move out and be able to fucking sustain living. We're grown, bro. And they wait until we get grown to